Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Modern Warfare Remastered video, and today we are going over the top 10 best class setups that I use in Modern Warfare Remastered to be successful within the game. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and as you guys know, also the new maps are coming, Pipeline, and they got Winter Crash and stuff like that coming on the 13th. I think Winter Crash comes a little bit later, but I'm super excited. Hardpoint gun game, and when those drop, I will be streaming all freaking day. It's going to be absolutely awesome, so hopefully you guys are down for that stream. We're going to have a lot of fun and hopefully reach 10th prestige by then, which is actually, you know, as you guys know, the gold cross. So super sick. But let's get into the class setups. My first one right here is going to be the AK-47 with Bandolier, Stomping Power, and Deep Impact. Now you're going to see a lot of Stomping Power and Deep Impact and Bandolier. Bandolier is just because I want to try to go for streaks, you know, like 30 pluses, you know, Vicious Metal, stuff like that. So I go ahead and run Bandolier so I can have the most ammo possible. The AK-47 don't really have a use to run the suppressor. Sometimes I'll run the red dot, but I just like it with no attachments, just how it is. And I also am gonna go ahead and show you guys why I run stun grenades. I run stun grenades on every single class setup, I believe, except for, this should be a smoke grenade, except for the sniper rifles, okay? So I'm gonna show you real quick, just a quick tip and trick, alright? So I'm going to go ahead and use the stun grenade. So the reason I use the stun grenade is because you can get them off a lot faster. When you're in engagement, shooting at somebody, whatever it may be, you want to get your stun grenades off quick. So the rate that you throw a stun grenade at is a lot better than throwing a flash grenade. A flash grenade, you're going to go ahead and take a lot more time to throw. As you can see, you got to underhand it, and you actually have the ability to flash yourself. If I throw this flash right here, and I'm standing right here, look how much I get, you know, hit with that. Comparing it to a stun grenade, if I throw a stun grenade there, I'm not going to get stunned. This flashbang has a huge blast radius, and it will get you and will cause you to pretty much kill yourself in an engagement. So that is why I run stun grenades. Now for my next class setup, it is the AK-74U. This is my rushing class setup for like respawn. No attachments once again. Silencer is okay on this, but I just like no attachments. Commander Desert Eagle, and we got a flash grenade. Don't know why, but it should be a stun grenade. Bandolier to go ahead and get the most ammo possible because I like going on streaks with it. Stomping Power to give extra damage, and Extreme Conditioning to make sure my sprint lasts longer, which is really good to have if you're using a rushing class or whatever it may be. Next up is the RPD with a foregrip. Foregrip is heavily needed, I personally think. In my personal opinion, I think a foregrip is heavily needed because it allows you to go ahead and have less recoil and stabilize your gun a little bit better. And also the RPD is here because of shipment. I love using this thing on shipment. I'll go ahead and just spawn trap the enemy, or if we can go ahead and hold down spawns, I'll sit behind a car and just blast into their spawn, which is really good. I also got the stun grenade again, Stomping Power, and Deep Impact to shoot through, like, you know, walls and so on and so forth. Next up is a shotgun class. Now this is optional. You can go ahead and put a foregrip. I personally don't really think it does that much, but on the stats it says that it increases the accuracy by 10%, which isn't too bad, but I just don't think it really needs it, and also because I want to save it for my rocket launchers. Now I'll switch between these two. I'll switch between Bandolier and the rocket launchers, but most of the time I use the rocket launchers just to go ahead and take down helicopters and stuff like that. But this is more of a rushing class for like shipment, vacant, you know, that kind of stuff. So definitely like this class. I got Juggernaut on there. I know I'm cheap for using that, but Juggernaut is a good way. I mean, you're using a shotgun. You don't really have that much range to encounter people at a long distance, so you're going to need Juggernaut to go ahead and take a couple more hits than usual. And then Steady Aim, which increases hipfire accuracy, which is good for shotguns because you're most of the time hip firing. Next up, we got the Barrett 50 cal, one of my favorite snipers in Call of Duty history. Absolutely love this freaking gun. It is so freaking sick. It's got a lot of stopping power to it. It's got one of the highest damages, I believe, in the sniper rifle class. I mean, it says it's on par with the R700, but I really don't believe that. But for the tactical, it's a smoke grenade. For perk 1, it is the Claymore ×2. I like to stealth snipe, you know, sit in the back of the map, kind of pick people off as they go. I don't really like to quick scope too much unless I really have to, but I like to sit in the back of the map, so I plant 2 claymores by doorways or certain ways people can get through, and let that be that. Stomping Power, so I don't get really too many hit markers. When I like to throw on UAV jammer once in a while, I like the stealth sniping, but it just gets me, it doesn't have a lot of one-shot potential as much as Stomping Power does. And then Iron Lungs, so I can hold my breath for longer, and there's the sniper class. Now, the M16, I know what you're probably saying, oh my god, I knew I'd see an M16 class, you sweaty tryhard. But that's because everybody uses this gun. So I would speak for everyone when I say this, that I think we can all agree that when we get into a game, there's always that 1 or 2 sweaty tryhards that use M16, so we always feel like we have to bust it out. So I don't use this class much, but when I do, I usually do pretty good, and it's usually just to go ahead against sweaty tryhards and, you know, just go ahead and mow them down pretty quick. And then for my perks, once again, Bandolier, Stomp Power, Deep Impact. Next up, we got the G3 with a silencer on it. Now, this one is totally optional. I like the sound of the silencer, and I got a pretty fast trigger finger, so I just think it sounds cool. And with it sounding cool, it's a weird thing. It's kind of like a mentality thing. I don't know, whatever. But when it sounds cool, it shoots faster because I want to hear it sound cool. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so weird. But I don't really do that great with no attachments. And the red dot is okay, but I would just rather prefer the suppressor. And I also stay stealthy, and the damage pretty much stays the same when you put the suppressor. The only thing that drops is the range, but it doesn't really matter too much. So Desert Eagle is a secondary, stun grenade as a tactical. Claymores, I got Claymores because this is more like a stealthy class, so I like to go ahead and post up, you know, pick off people from a distance. Sometimes I'll go ahead and throw it on like this. I'll do Bandolier, and I will also do Deep Impact and Stomping Power, or I'll do like Extreme Conditioning, Stomping Power, depending on the map that it is, but usually I just keep it, you know, with the Claymores and the Deep Impact and Stomping Power. So next up, the MP44. This gun, super underrated. I plan on making a video about this, but this gun has a lot of kick. I'm not gonna lie to you. It has no attachments whatsoever, and it has a lot of kick. It's a very bad gun in a lot of people's eyes, but if you can control the recoil, I'm telling you, this is one of the hardest hitting guns in Call of Duty 4 Remastered. It is absolutely amazing, and I haven't stopped using it for quite a bit now. I've been loving the gun. Absolutely awesome. Bandolier, Stomping Power, Deep Impact once again for the perks, and then Stun Grenade and Commander Desert Eagle. Next up is my Stealth Rushing class. This is the P90 with a silencer on it. I would use the red dot, but like I said, or no attachments, or even the ACOG. ACOG's actually not too bad on this, but the silencer is just because I want to stay stealthy. Stun Grenade, Bandolier, so I can go on some high streaks. You know, I'm staying stealthy, but I'm also trying to play for streaks, you know, trying to go on long, you know, gun streaks, trying to get the vicious medals and so on and so forth. I also got the UAV jammer, so I can be undetectable on the enemy radar. Now, this is one thing that really bugs me, is that when you put the UAV jammer on, it takes away a lot of the damage from the P90. You get way more hit markers than you used to before, so if you want to, throw on Stomping Power. Stomping Power is just a beast overall, but this UAV jammer, I don't run it on a lot of weapons, and I know people are probably questioning because of the constant UAV spam. I don't run it because you get nothing but hit markers. It almost seems like your gun just gives out and doesn't do anything whatsoever, so this is the only gun that I keep it on, but like I said, just because I can win a good amount of gunfights with it, and I just like to stay stealthy, and this is usually my stealthy rushing class. So Extreme Conditioning also, like I said, rushing class, so you want to go ahead and keep moving. Last but not least is my MP5 Juggernaut class, one of my favorite classes to use in close quarter combat. When it comes to when it's gonna come to like showdown and what the heck is it called? Shipment and stuff like that. I always whip this bad boy out. This thing is absolutely amazing. When I'm going ahead and playing against some sweats, I go ahead and whip out my MP5 with Juggernaut. I got a red dot sight on there. You can use iron sights, which I personally like as well. You can use a silencer, whatever you want. I say the red dot sight isn't too bad. Commander Desert Eagle, Stun Grenade, Bandolier to have a whole bunch of ammo. You got Juggernaut to take a little bit more hits than usual. And I don't think this is one of the guns that really benefits that much from Stomping Power, but I just go ahead and throw Jug because I like to take the extra hits because it is a rushing class and I'm just playing the objective, and, you know, it's mostly for shipment. And then, last but not least, we got Extreme Conditioning, which you could switch out for whatever you want, but I prefer Extreme Conditioning. And then if you guys want a sneak peek at my other classes, I'll go ahead and show you real quick, a little bit of an extra. Here's my quick scoping class. Usually it has an ACOG on it, and then I'll go ahead and throw on like steady aim or something, but there's that, and Bandolier as well. The other classes I have right here is the M4. This one's a really good class setup with the red dot, good for streaks and all that. You know, you got Bandolier, Stomp Power, Deep Impact once again. You got my Noob Tube class right here, which has a Noob Tube on it, Grenade Launcher, Sonic Boom, Martyrdom, and then you have my Stealth class right here with the Stomping Power, Deep Impact, Bandolier with a suppressor. But I'm thinking actually about switching this out for maybe the M4 and just do a suppressor on the M4 and leave it like that, and then maybe put like UAV jammer or something. We'll see. But anyways, those are all my class setups. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, drop a like on it. I know it's a little bit of a longer video and it was kind of like but I mean, I wanted to go ahead and get in depth and show you guys why I use certain things and all that good stuff. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Drop a like on it if you did. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.